Well. Woo! They called me Big Willie, what he said. That's what he said. Can you hear me now? All right. Well, what they used to call me is Pretty Ricky, but that's a discussion for later on tonight at the cocktails. Donna said something about back in the day. You remember how you say back in the day when you were younger and you thought, well, when you were younger and someone said that to you, you thought, ew, old person talking? Like, see, sometimes I say it myself back in the day and the voice in my head says, stop talking like that, you're an old person. But anyway, I'm going to use the word anyway. Back in the day, we thought about information in a very rational way. Take this podium. This podium represents information back in the day. It's very simple. You went to get this point of time and went to this device or whatever it was, your information was here. Every day you went there, got information, did your duty, got information, and came back. It's very rational. You knew how to get to it, you knew how to secure it, you knew who had access to it and where it was going at any given time. Today, we have a very irrational relationship with our information. And to prove the point, I mean, we don't have information sitting in one spot anymore. It's in trains, planes, automobiles. It's in devices that plug in the walls, that don't plug in the walls. It's in the cloud. It's on a farm. It's in a tree, under a bush. I don't know what the hell it is. It's everywhere. The point being is information right now is not in one singularity. It is across many different things. And here's another rub. The data and information about the thing that you did back in the day, whether it's deliver a car, build a movie, create a service, back in the day, that thing was you. You were that thing. You were that thing was you. It's a very simple linear relationship. Now, the data about the information is more important or as important as the thing itself. Someone in the data analytics probably just cheered somewhere because I know that they understand that. But let's contextualize that to something local to NBC. We create content. I know we do a lot of other things, but we create content. So let's just say we created a film. We pay the people, we make the film, we release it, boom, it's out there. What happens next? The magic happens. Now, I know we're a bunch of IT people. When I say magic, people's eyes start twitching. I know it's not magic. What I want to get at is that all the information starts pulsing from that film. And we have to figure out what device that information is going to. We have to figure out contextually who needs to see it. Because information about a film that Steve Burke looks at looks different than maybe Hillary Lane or different than the manager of digital publicity marketing. So how do we connect those things? Well, we build apps, we build portals, we have 20,000 IPs, addresses that talk to each other via APIs. But we do this for one single purpose. All those connections, all those different points of interface, because the information is driving us to create better content. So my statement before, the content, the data is worth more sometimes than the content itself. Yes, because it helps us deliver the next evolution of content. I said before earlier, we build tools, tools build us. We create content that delivers information that creates more content. It's a circular cycle. It's very irrational, but that's the good thing, because you have to be a little bit irrational to be innovative. And coming to the stage now is one of our newer partners for NBC. They understand that space. They understand that information is not contextualized in a single point and it's all over the place, and that you really want to have the right people and the right flows, right permissions, and all the things you need to put to make that simple data transform itself into information that's useful to create the next evolution of whatever it is it's about. So like I said before, this is not about me. This is more about our partner, who I'd like to welcome to the stage, Kristen Barber from Appian.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. So thrilled to be here at Amplify and so thrilled to be a partner of NBC now. For those of you who don't know Appian, I'll give you a brief preview this morning, and then we have a breakout session at 2:15, so I encourage you all to come to the Orleans room if you haven't stopped by there. My name is Kristen Barber. I am the Regional Vice President for Appian. I run our team here in New York and have the pleasure of supporting NBC and other very large companies try to innovate, try to manage their data, as Charles was mentioning, trying to be nimble in such a disruptive time. There's Donna was mentioning, the speed at which there are startups coming to be disruptive and be competitive, and we are helping organizations really unify their ecosystem, so helping them manage their process and their data more effectively. So what is Appian? So we're a low-code application platform. So we build custom applications so that you can rapidly deploy new processes, you can innovate on new products, you can onboard new employees much faster than your competitors. So what does that really mean? Well, I'm going to pause for a second and actually show you a clip that I think will resonate quite nicely with the feeling that most of my customers have when they think about trying to innovate in a very large organization. So I'll ask the gentleman in the back if he can cue the clip. And while he's loading it, it's a clip from Apollo 13. So talking about going back in time, we're going to go back to the 1970s, and this is the failed and aborted mission, the lunar mission, Apollo 13. So.
Gene, we have a situation brewing with the carbon dioxide.
We had a CO2 filter problem on the lunar module,
5 filters on the limb.
which were meant for 2 guys for a day and a half. So I told the doc,
You're already up to 8 on the gauges. Anything over 15 and you get impaired judgment, blackouts, the beginnings of brain asphyxia.
What about the scrubbers on the command module?
They take square cartridges.
The ones on the limb are round.
Tell me this isn't a government operation.
This just isn't a contingency we've remotely looked at.
Those CO2 levels are going to be getting toxic.
Well, I suggest you gentlemen invent a way to put a square peg in a round hole. Rapidly.
Okay, people, listen up. People upstairs handed us this one, and we gotta come through. We gotta find a way to make this fit into the hole for this, using nothing but that. Let's get it organized.
Okay, let's build a filter.
Better get some coffee going, too.
Thank you. So how many people have felt that way when your manager or your CEO lays out your initiatives for the year and says, I need you to fit this square peg into this round hole? Yes, exactly. And that's really where Appian comes in. We're helping people with this issue. And this resonates for me, and when I look at my customers that we work with, they have data management issues, they have legacy systems, they have rapidly changing business processes, they have changing customer demands, they have to create content much faster than they've ever created content, there's disruptive technologies, and they have to do it in a very short period of time. So how do they do that? They partner with a company like Appian. Change the next slide. So with Appian, we're helping customers really offer that unified platform so that they can manage and be flexible in their organization. So what does that mean? That means that we're able to, in a very fast fashion, marry together business process management technology and case management capabilities to allow you to be nimble. So when we think about that in terms of NBC, some examples of ways that we're supporting is within the digital distribution section, giving you a holistic view of your data, giving you a holistic view of your process so that you can manage that more effectively. As we think about, I was talking with a woman just recently and this morning at our booth, talking about onboarding new employees or contractors, and the amount of time it takes to get someone up and running in NBC is very exhausting. It takes a lot of effort, and it takes weeks to get someone productive. With Appian, we can streamline that down to a day. So it's things like that that can drive a lot of efficiencies for your business. It could be managing and ensuring the compliance for how things are manufactured across NBC. You guys have a lot of different partners that you use. How can you have oversight and make sure that they're following the social compliance practices to make sure that there is no reputational risk for NBC? Those are the types of activities that Appian is able to support NBC. So I told you I'd keep it brief. We are having a breakout session at 2:15 in Orleans room, which is around the corner. So I encourage you all to stop by and we can talk further.